Hello YouTube, today I'm going to show you a rundown of my talents and my glyphs for my frost spec. First, I'll start with early frost. It is pretty nice when this procs, because then you get a quick frost bolt on, and for melee people that can be very helpful because it slows them down and gives you more time to cast more spells. Piercing ice, more critical strike chance, that's a must have. Shatter, this is probably one of the most important talent points in this tree. What it does is when they're frozen, your critical strike chance gets tripled. And it also increases the damage done by your frostbolt against frozen targets. Now, permafrost reduces the target speed by an additional 10%, and the healing that they receive as well. And however damage you do, it heals your water elemental as well. I don't quite care for that part. Piercing ice, your frostbolt criticals apply the chill effect to an additional nearby target, and that's helpful in twos when you're up against two melee people. Cone of Cold, it turns your Cone of Cold into a CC. Ice Flows reduces your cooldowns by 20%, that's pretty nice. Icy Veins, that is really nice to pop when you have your target deep frozen. Fingers of Frost, it's nice because then when it procs, it treats your spells as if the target is frozen. Improved Freeze gives your water elementals freeze, which is like Frost Nova, a 100% chance to grant 2 charges of Fingers of Frost. Cold Snap finishes all your cooldowns. Brain Freeze, your moves can trigger an instant fire damaging move like Frost Firebolt or Fireball. Ice Barrier, and I don't go into the either side ones because I like to use those in other specs. Some people put them in, but I don't. Frostfire Orb, it makes it so then it also slows them. And then Deep Freeze, which is basically what your spec is around for burning. And then you can basically, for PvP, ignore the second part of the move, which deals 20k damage to people who are immune to stuns, permanently immune, so you can't really get that damage on like a warrior who's blade storming. And then in Arcane, I put the 2 points into improved counterspell, so then it also silences. Burning Soul, so then if somebody does manage to hit you while you're casting a spell, it doesn't push back as much. Improved Fire Blast, which is helpful because then you can use Impact farther away. And Impact makes it so your damaging moves have a chance to proc Impact, so then your Fire Blast makes them get stunned for a couple seconds. And then lastly, Blazing Speed, for when you get hit, you have a chance to get your movement speed increased. That is quite nice as well. And now my glyphs. I have in Ice Lance, so it increases the damage of Ice Lance. And then I have Frostbolt in, increases the critical strike chance of it. And I would like to get a hold of, let's see, where is it? I think it was Frost Firebolt that I wanted. Yeah, that's it. Because then it also adds a dot to the enemy. So then Rogue can't technically just sprint off, get out of combat, and go back into stealth. They'd have to pop a cooldown to do that. Glyph of Evocation. So then you regain 40% of your health over duration. That's really nice in Arena if you can get away long enough to evocate. Glyph of Polymorph, which makes it so then it also takes off all damage over time effects, so then you don't have to worry about dots breaking the polymorph. And Icy Veins, so then it also removes all movement slowing and cast time slowing effects, which is nice. And then the minor glyphs are kind of pointless, but this is what I have. So my sheep isn't exactly a sheep, it's more of a penguin. And now I'll kind of show you a little bit how to extremely burn somebody. You get a couple fire or frost bolts on, and then you try to get the person frozen, and then you deep freeze, pop that, try to get a frost bolt in. Elementals freeze. Oops, jeez. And then icy veins, and then you just kind of go from there. And then let's see what my recount said I just did. Whoops. See, that's let's see. Evidently, I must not have reset it. But you get the point. It's really nice for burning if you didn't mess up like what I did on that. And I hope you enjoy, and I hope that this helped you a little bit. And please subscribe.